Hello there, and so I'm gonna try a new thing for today's video. Well, I had never used a microphone and do a voiceover in one of my iRacing videos. So I'm trying to do something a little bit different today. This is still a little bit weird for me talking to the screen, but here we are. So today I want to take a moment and do a test drive of a brand new track. So this track I actually had driven by many times in real life. So I used to go to college right outside Hickory, Nashville, and but I never went to the race there for whatever reason. So this is a little bit closer to home for me. So I'm pretty excited to see what this track is about. I'm also gonna use super late model for this track as well. So apparently there's a new tires update to the super late models, and I'm excited to see what it's all about. I'm already seeing some tweets about this having a little bit more grips, so we'll see what it's about as well. So we're trying out new track and trying out new tires. So we'll see what happens. That's weird. There's a hiccup. I guess I blew engine for whatever reason. Something quite isn't right with this. Let's see. I don't think that's the reason, but something's way off. That did the trick. So we're gonna come out pit here. And take our first laps. Let's see what. Sure, it's pretty bumpy. Yeah, still lacking a little bit of grips here, but definitely feel like there's more grips than the old tires for the super late models. So let's keep taking laps. Trapping them a little bit brake and yep, went on throttle too much there. But I do have to say, I really like this track a lot. It looks big, but it's not really that big at all. And it's not exactly a bull-wing, but at the same time, it's pretty small. I can already tell there's gonna be a lot of wrecks here in official races. Not sure I'll be racing here too often with more powerful cores like super late model, but I can see this being fun with lesser power cores like SK mods or regular late models. That's not quite super. I'm just taking easy here, feeling out the track, learning the track. My steering feel a little bit loose. I don't think I had force feedback quite high enough. So that could be it too. So I don't race super late models that often, maybe a few times a season. I usually stay away from those races because usually there's a lot of wrecks and a lot of dive bombs and a lot of people just not braking down or slowing down for wrecks. So it's usually quite messy. But I do love this track. I definitely need to go race here in real life at some point. I'm here in Brawley, so Hickory is a 3-hour drive from me. But it's definitely a trip that I should try to make one day. Gonna take it to the pit and see what the tires are at. Definitely a little bit fast in the pits, but you know, it's a test drive. Yeah, look like the tire wear is pretty intense here. I mean, I was overdriving for the first few laps, but 94% in 13 laps. That's pretty impressive, honestly. I don't know, but I can tell you the track's definitely pretty bumpy. So let me turn up the feedback a little bit, or I guess the automatic feedback is pretty low. So I'm just gonna bump up a little bit and get some real feels. I usually don't race with feedback that high, but the steering wheel just feel pretty loose for whatever reason, so I'm just gonna try this. So before I take more laps, I'm gonna take some really cool facts. So there was rumors that this track was coming out back in the early 2020. So some sim racing companies decided to buy all the ads on billboards and real life Hickory. So we got Carolina Sim Works, you got Train Paint, and you got a few others that I haven't seen yet, but I'm sure they're somewhere. So they heard this track was about to get scammed there. So they bought all the ads on that board here, so they can make it into the sim racing on this in iRacing. So I thought that's pretty cool. So I know Hickory is a pretty important track for short tracks series here in North Carolina. I know they call themselves the world's most famous short track. Yeah, I know somebody today, NASCAR stars had come here at some point in their career to do races here. I know Joe Hort Jr. raced there a few times. I know Josh Berry raced here. And I'm sure there's several other drivers that we watch every Sunday now that have raced here a few years ago. So this is pretty popular short track that's about an hour from Charlotte. So you'll see a lot of NASCAR stores showing up this year and racing. Late model stock or super late model. Yeah, almost lost the core. But yeah, I think super late model had a little bit more grip than the old update. So it'll probably keep a lot of people from spinning out for sure. I think it'll be easier to drive these. I think it's gonna be much easier to drive these cars now. So hopefully there'll be less wrecks and official series. But you know, I wouldn't bet on it. I also do have to say, I love the walls here, the red and white stripes. You know, the retro look. I thought it's pretty awesome. I'm just driving around. I'm sure I could be putting up better laps, but I'm just enjoying the drive here and Let's see what the replay look like on this one. So clearly the graphics looks amazing, and yep, you see my cords hanging there on my tire walls. I do have to say, I love the artwork of the new tires now. So I know, iRacing developers, I said, they've done a lot of graphics updates because Mount Washington project, and that led them to develop new graphics tools and invest into artwork, better audience, better tools, better everything, I guess. So that's one good thing that came out Mount Washington project, is all the new graphics that we see here, and also not just the tires, but also the ropes here. I love how how old looking ropes are here with string peeling off, or whatever's the right word. And I love how the new catch fence looks too. It's been a thing for about a couple years now, but not accurate. It's been a thing for about a year. The catch fence in 3D work, but you can see it once again here with the 3D catch fence, and I think it looks awesome. So while I was looking at the picture of this track on Google, one thing I noticed is how there's this grassy hill here off the turn 4, and it looks like a fun place to watch the races here, and you can see the people standing up here as well. And I don't think there's a bad view in this track, to be honest with you. So I'm just gonna look around a little bit. I guess I'm not quite used to this camera tool, but so yeah, that's about it for the test drive with this track. I'm probably gonna try to join a race here at some point this week. I'm trying to record that too. But my first impression of this track is, I think this is a wonderful additions to this track. We can always use more short tracks. I know what I said about racing and short track series, a lot of wrecks, a lot of tempers. But at the same time, I'm all for adding as many tracks as possible to the sim racing. And I cannot believe it till now that before Hickory got added, like I said, it's one of the most famous short tracks in the country, and especially probably the most popular short track in North Carolina. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know how I do it using microphone and voiceover. I'm still testing things out, just playing around with things, and let me know how the sounds sound like to you, because I'm actually deaf. So I can't quite hear what you guys can hear with the microphone and stuff. I don't know if my microphone's still loud or not. But let me know how it sounds too. And let me know if there's anything else I can do to continue improving my video making.